ready for a huge league game against Roosevelt, and they so far have looked pretty good with a rookie head coach at the helm.
I'll tell you what, Jace McMains is no rookie. He has been everywhere and has been successful everywhere. He was an offensive coordinator at Notre Dame. He was a head coach at Rubidoux. He was a head coach at Citrus Hill. He is going to be the man here for the foreseeable future, and I'll tell you what, he is one of those guys that will get this thing going in the Big 8.
Well, this is his first opportunity as a head coach of King to go up against Roosevelt. They have a young quarterback that's playing well, and the team is 4-2 this season.
Well, you look at the teams, they kind of mirror each other. The records are opposites, but they throw about the same rushing yards. This will be a good one. Two great quarterbacks, a young freshman, and another great guy in Viramontes. Viramontes and Harrells, remember those two names. They're going to be around for a long time in the Inland Empire.
Should be fun. King and Roosevelt's coming up next on the Riverside TV Game of the Week.
And we're live here at Martin Luther King High School. I'm Nick Reister alongside Jeff Gorham. Roosevelt and King in the second Valley League game of the year. Big 8 features two very good programs, Jeff Gorham. This should be a good one tonight.
I'm looking forward to it. Both these teams kind of evenly matched, I think, going into tonight. Throwing about the same yardage. I'll tell you what, 4-2 with the Roosevelt Mustangs, 2-4 with King. King's had some struggles, young struggles, but those struggles will turn into success when McMains has his team in the offseason. They're going to do a fine job.
Martin Luther King, they won the toss and elected to defer, so Roosevelt on their first drive of the game, fresh off of a false start, had 1st and 15 at their own 15-yard line. As mentioned, Julian Viramontes is at the controls for the Mustangs, and a flag has been thrown. Roosevelt's heralded from Eastvale High School takes on the King Wolves tonight.
And another penalty. So 2 penalties on the first 2 plays of the game is going to set them back 10 yards. Hey, that's a 1st and 20, buddy.
Wow. Well, kudos to whoever predicted 2 false start penalties would begin our Riverside TV Game of the Week. 4-2 Roosevelt, 2-4 King. The handoff to near the 30-yard line for Neal. Excellent run for maybe the best player on the field for the Mustangs, number 29, Jaquez Neal.
Yeah, he's averaging just under 90 yards per game.
5'8", 190-pound senior running back takes the call, and on 2nd and 4, he is stuffed just short of the first down by the middle linebacker, Matthew Tyndall.
I like the stop there from King. King's coming off a tough loss last week to Centennial. But I'll tell you what, when you're playing an NFL team and you're on a high school team, it's right now, let's throw that game out the window, and we're starting fresh here. These two teams are looking to make the playoffs. King hasn't made the playoffs in a couple of years, and it'd be nice to see them finish in the top of the Big 8.
3rd down and 1. Direct snap. Here is not Viramontes. That's a direct snap to Ogok. That's enough for a first down for Roosevelt. You mentioned the tough loss last week to Centennial. King has only played technically 5 games. One of their losses was a forfeit to Patriot. So they've been on the field now for just 5 games, but they are rounding into form this year with some impressive early wins and what is a tough schedule going into tonight for them. Wolves in the non-conference slate took on Pauley and Ramona out of the city of Riverside, along with a visit to Redlands East Valley. Neal on a 1st and 10 carries defenders for a gain of 8. That should be a quick microcosm of what we should see tonight. This is a run-heavy offense led by a guy that's really been a workhorse this season.
Yeah, and they're going to run kind of similar to what Ken Batdorf runs over at Norte Vista. They will run a little bit of a single wing, not a double wing, but it will be a tight set, and they'll go off tackle, then they'll go to a spread like we see right now.
Neal slashes to the 45 and slips through a tackle of the Wolves. McPherson to the 50. Here he goes. That's Jaquez Neal with a flag. It's a gain of 32.
I think there's a flag. I'm going to say it's going to be against Roosevelt. Let's see what the call is. I think it was outside of our view.
That's defense against Roosevelt.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't blame the Mustangs for running Neal every play. He has been terrific on this opening drive. And I'm sure King believed that this would be the game plan going into this matchup tonight. A heavy running attack with Neal, and they have 7-8 in the box, and it hasn't really worked for them so far, as the Mustangs are near field goal range on their opening drive. First pass on the day for Viramontes. Nathan Enriquez is off and running and is pulled down by Ford and lost it. Picked up by Chase Shackelford, who's running the wrong way, and is wrapped up at around the 1-yard line. If this call remains as is on the field, that is a fumble from Neal, and King takes over.
Well, you watch the play right here. I believe it's that.
So Enriquez is the one who had it, and Dayton Ford, number 4, jarred it loose.
Yeah, great snag there. Shackelford, their leading tackler, has 7.2 tackles per ball game. Like you said, almost ran into the end zone.
Well, Neal was spectacular, and the first time they go away from the running back, it's a huge play for King. Martin Luther King sets up at its own 2-yard line. Wolves come into this game 2-4 this year and drop their league opener in the Big 8 Conference. Roosevelt is 4-2.
Though just like Roosevelt, King now has a false start here on their first play of the offensive drive here.
Well, the officials tonight certainly are braving the elements, aren't they, Jeff Gorham?
Those guys, they're tough. I'll tell you, I'm buddies with all of them. Joseph Rogers, Shane Smith, longtime Charlie Chastain, the father of Chuck Chastain over at Norco, Danny Louie, and Tim Gluteman. Great guys, great group tonight.
A 58-degree primetime Friday night showdown between King and Roosevelt. Run to about the 5. Roosevelt believes they have a fumble recovery on that play. Number 25 for the Wolves, Noah Neal, not to be mistaken for number 29 of Roosevelt, Jaquez Neal, on the 1st and 11 call for the Wolves, a gain of about 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're not exactly sure what the flag was. We believe it has something to do with social distancing.
Flag and a play, I believe. I think it was just a warning to the sideline to back up.
Yeah, you can see there's just a little more energy in tonight's game between these two schools, in what is a very important second league game for Martin Luther King, who hopes to garner enough points and enough tie-breaking as that throw is dropped by Zyfer Schackenberg. Unlike last year where the standings are into consideration, there's also additional factors going into the playoffs, Jeff Gorham, and every game is very important the rest of the way.
Oh yeah, hopefully, you get in the top 3, you automatically make the playoffs. Then it goes based on your rankings. Then they put you in a division, and they can be all discombobulated. But both of these teams really looking, you look at Norco and you look at Centennial, those are really the top 2-tier teams. And everybody else, for the most part, is playing for third place. And I'll tell you what, either one of these two teams could finish in that 3rd spot.
And when you talk about top 3, do you mean a non-conference record or just conference record? As Harrow scrambles for about a yard.
Well, what they do is the top 3 teams in their league or conference will make the playoffs.
Okay.
Non-league stuff, I think it's on Cal High Preps, not Max Preps, and they do a ranking based on the teams you've played. There's a number system, so if you beat a team that's higher than you, you get a 10-point, let's just, for example, a 10-point cushion, and then that will kind of gauge you into the spots. So you have like 1 through 100, say. And then they'll put you in a division, so 1 through 16, obviously, and then 17 through 34.
Czar of the city of Riverside, Jeff Gorham, giving us the latest scoop on what's happening for the playoffs. 2 punt returners for Roosevelt. Chris Johnson on the outside. and he is shoved just inside the 45-yard line. Mustangs, fresh off a brilliant drive, led by Jaquez Neal, take the field with great field position. A return of about 5 for number 1, Chris Johnson.
Yeah, in fact, it's going through Cal High preps, and Ghazal Hazan went through earlier this week and kind of put all the teams, if you were to start today, this would be the playoff. So we'll go a little bit further on, and I'll tell you where both of these teams would fit into the playoff scenario as we go into tonight's game.
Oh, my goodness. Ghazal Hassan did all of that?
He's boring. He has no life, apparently. He has
I
no
know.
children. He has no children. That's the problem.
Like, Ghazal Hassan is such a robot. So from the Wildcat, Jaquez Neal, taken down by Ford, scrambles for a gain of about 8 to begin the drive. It's like Ghazal Hassan, every time I ask him, like, have you seen any recent shows or movies? He's,
He knows all movies and all TV shows. But no, we're going to talk, okay, if we go right now, King would be in Division 9. They would be a 2 seed. And if they were to play today, they would play Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach. Enriquez on the direct snap. First down, Roosevelt on a gain of 3.
And Roosevelt, through the Cal High preps, would be Division 4, a 14th seed, and would play Palos Verdes. So there you go. That's how the Cal Prep projections are for this week. Brought to you by Ghazal Hassan.
Oh, what a great resource right there. What about, did he go beyond that to other Riverside teams? Or is
They're
that
all on there. Hey, they're all on there, buddy. All of them, Nick Rice.
Neal slips through the first wave of defenders and is wrapped up at the 26-yard line. Another impressive run with Dayton Ford on the tackle.
And there's that tight set where they go a single wing and they go off tackle. You go off number 74, I'll tell you what, I could get a few yards on that fella.
How about also the blocking from Aurelio Medina, number 90. There's a look at him. Also sporting right tackles, number 99, Max Patterson.
How big is Max Patterson? Max Patterson's bigger than I am.
No receivers. Roosevelt isn't going cute or pretty. They keep the run. Here's Enriquez on the option. And he scrambles for the first down. It's a formation that, I don't know about you, Jeff Gorham, I haven't really seen much this entire season.
Well, it's similar to what Batdorf runs. They're going to go direct snap. They're going to go off tackle. They can do a lot of misdirection. It's a single wing, actually.
And the Mustangs have been one of the better programs out of this conference, courtesy of Tommy Leach, who's in his 6th season with the program. Winner of 57% of his games out of Eastvale. Direct snap to Neal, who sweeps to the outside. That time he is tracked by Matthew Tyndall for a short gain.
Tyndall, the 215-pound senior. Anchoring that left side of that King defense.
He wears number 54. He combined with Shackelford on the stop. The Mustangs coach Tommy Leach, 30 years as a football coach going into his tenure with Roosevelt. Neal to the 2 as this drive continues, led by a man who might just already have 100 yards rushing in the game. We're still in the first quarter.
It's pretty nice. We can get your average.
Sir Warren, my apologies, not Jaquez Neal. Sir Warren, his first carry. There's Jaquez Neal. Touchdown Roosevelt on a 2-yard run. Neal got the drive started. Sir Warren had the key play. Then Neal puts the Mustangs on the board.
I'll tell you what, those big boys up front are giving those backs all the room in the world. You know, they very easily could be up, 14-0 here, minus that turnover. King's going to have to do something to stop that offensive barrage of just running it right up the gut.
Number 47, Logan South, checks in for the extra point. Out of the hold from Jacob Estrada. Late in the opening quarter of a good one, Mustangs wire to wire. And the PAT is good. They have been sensational, led on the ground by Neal and Sir Warren, who paved the way for him with that short touchdown run. The Mustangs are rolling right now out of the Big 8 Conference. They're fresh off of a shutout win against the Corona Panthers, and this running game has been a huge proponent of their 4-2 start to the season.
Yeah, if you're Tommy Leach, you're going to continue to just pound it right up the gut because, hey, you're going to take up clock. You're going to tire out that defensive line with those big giants up front, and they're going to cause all kinds of havoc for this King defense. See if the King offense can get a spark here going and get back in the ballgame.
Wolves, fresh off of that fumble earlier from Nathan Enriquez in that opening drive, they went 3 and outs, hampered by a false start penalty and a couple short runs from Noah Neal. Wolves hope to get this one going. Martin Luther King averaging 28 points per game this year, certainly capable of getting back into it after the slow offensive start. On the run for Simley Flores. And he motors to around the 30-yard line. A 6'1", 160-pound wide receiver on the kickoff return. And a good one out that, as the Wolves have great starting field position for their next drive. First and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Noah Harros is the quarterback. He is just a freshman. Very rarely do you see a varsity level program lean on a freshman quarterback. That is an exciting future for King at the signal caller spot. Pitch to Noah Neal, who gains a couple. Noah Harros, you wouldn't know it, but his numbers are very impressive this year. 8 touchdowns, just 1 interception. He looks like a upperclassman for this King offense.
You know, and honest to goodness, he's a great baseball player. Came over here to King initially to be the baseball superstar playing for Steve Madrill, but then say, hey, I can play some football. So tell you what, he's a dual threat. He's a great baseball player and an excellent freshman football quarterback. And I'll tell you, King's lucky to have an athlete like that for all their sports. Justin Solis, the assistant coach here at King High School Baseball as well.
He's going deep but overthrows Simley Flores. That was quite a toss by the freshman. It makes you wonder why football teams don't resort a little bit more often to the baseball diamond to find some quarterbacks.
If you can pitch, usually you can throw a football. I mean, that's the train of thought. In fact, I think that was a great pass. That's one you kind of almost have to just dive for. You got to make that play. A good throw there from the young man.
Well, Simley Flores has most of the time benefited some great throws from Harros. He's the team leader with 21 catches for 288 yards and a touchdown. He wears number 7 and is to the top of your screen for the King Wolves, dressed tonight in the red and white numerals with the gray pants. Harros looks the other way, out to the left. He tosses the slant that is incomplete with Robert Green as the intended target.
Robert Green's father, Bob Green, Sr., lived next to me when I was up at Berkeley. He was a big-time football player. He's a local product out of Rubidoux, and he and I were up at Cal together. His 2 boys play for King. He's a teacher out at Patriot High School. Also coaches lacrosse here at Martin Luther King High School.
Line drive punts. Johnson is one of the 2 returners, and he takes it on a hop inside the 30 and goes nowhere. Now, Martin Luther King High School has great alumni, but I wonder if Bob Green lives up to the Kawhi Leonard.
No, he went to Patriot. Not here. He
went to Patriot?
No, he went to Rubidoux, but he teaches at Patriot.
Oh, okay.
But yes, Bob Green is way cooler than Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I've known Bob Green forever. The nicest man in the world. His wife is a educator as well. She's a lovely lady. Yes, I want to say, because I like him, yeah, he is cooler than Kawhi Leonard right now. Because he's actually on the field. Kawhi's hurt, you know.
Interesting. Yes, he is.
There's been some great alumni, though, and no slight to Kawhi Leonard, one of the best NBA players in history. But
yes,
it's been some basketball has been, the first year in Martin Luther King's existence, they won a state championship in basketball. The very first year of their existence.
Well, maybe the first year with Jason McMains, he can help deliver a winning year and a playoff run for this program.
Great guy. Been around, worked with him over in the Harupa district. He and I go way back. Dear friend, and to have all the faith in the world in Jason McMains, and I've seen him do it over the years. He's taken programs and made them so successful.
Viramontes tosses the slant that is a bit behind his intended target. But that was somehow reeled in. I actually thought that was an incomplete pass. Viramontes tossed it pretty far behind Enriquez. Just a brilliant grab. How about that with the left hand as he gets crushed by Zyfer Schackenberg. Play of the day right now, wide receiver for Enriquez. Neal heads to his left, sweeps to the 40-yard line, and is run out of bounds just across the 45. So Jason McMains takes over for another great head coach here and just a wonderful guy, Pat McCarthy. He was with the team for 5 years but retired. And now Jason McMains takes the reins.
Yeah, Pat McCarthy, one of those guys, just a legendary coach in the Inland Empire. I had a chance to get to know him when he was here at King, and when he was took a couple years off to be an assistant coach at Norte Vista with Ken Batdorf. I've had a chance to hang out with Coach McCarthy. Great guy. Hope he's doing well or whatever he's doing.
Second down, here's Neal yet again. He runs into his own teammates, but even his own offensive lineman, number 55, Joseph Rizzuto, isn't going to slow him down. That's a 1st and 10 run for Roosevelt. Let's take another look at that play. Number 55 was Joseph Rizzuto, and he runs right over him.
I want to know the collective weight of that offensive line.
Probably not too bad. Enriquez slips and is ruled down in the backfield. So I'm sure you know Jason McMains. I'm sure you've seen him for the last couple of decades. It's the most insane Riverside resume I've ever seen. Former Riverside football player and also a football coach. Stints at Rubidoux, RCC as a player. Then Rubidoux, Riverside Christian, Citrus Hills a head coach, and here with the King Wolves. He's basically touched every football field in the entire city.
I think he's found his place here at home. He'll be here for years to come. His daughter was a big-time softball player, and I believe she's graduated. So he's got all the time in the world to just devote time to football.
That's a pretty cool life. Enrique Melendez on the outcut picks up the first down for the Mustangs. And that should end the opening quarter. Roosevelt, there's a look at Julian Viramontes, the quarterback, and a quick throw, but one that beats the defense yet again. Dalen Anderson on the coverage. We have played the first quarter from King High School in Riverside. Just a few miles off the freeway, the 215 intersection, where King down early to Roosevelt, courtesy of a sensational first quarter out of Jaquez Green, the Mustangs' top running back.
Yeah, looking at King, though, talking about a great coaching staff. McMains has brought in some guys. I mean, Rich Martinez, who was the interim head coach, or the head coach, I say, for the last couple of years after Coach McCartney. And we take a look at Jason McMains there, but Rich Martinez stayed on board. And I think the continuity of keeping coaches on board after a coach leaves is a great thing. And when you have Rich Martinez was a head coach at Ramona High School and has been up here at King for several years, one of the best minds in football around. They got Mike Torquato, Matthew Vazell, and Bob Green, I mentioned, my old buddy from Cal Berkeley. And I cannot forget, they have some other great coaches we'll talk about later on, and I have to get into. I won't get into it right this second, but a couple dear good friends of mine.
Well, I'm sure.
There's Rich Martinez right there.
Yep, there he is. I'm sure some of the associates saw the opportunity for growth for this program and were jazzed to join King for the 2021 season. Here's Viramontes out of the pistol to begin the second quarter. He feeds to Warren, who is spilled quickly by The Wolves right around the line of scrimmage. Christopher Downs was one of the first defenders there. It's one of the rare stops for the Wolves against the run in this first half.
Yeah, Rob Berghorn is my favorite coach, though, for King.
Oh.
He's one of my really close friends. He was a neighbor of mine. In fact, when I had my last knee surgery, he came over the day of just to check on me.
Really?
We worked together at Mira Loma Middle School, where he is still a PE teacher there, and one of the nicest human beings, great family, wonderful daughters. And I tell you what, Rob Berghorn, a gem for King High School.
Viramontes overthrows Enriquez there. Would have been a touchdown. You know, you keep saying you're neighbors with all these guys. You can't be neighbors with everybody, can
No,
you?
he moved. Now he lives over here, but he used to live out by the stately Gorham Manor. But
Do you miss not living in Riverside anymore?
I always miss Riverside, but I work here, so I come down and I
You basically live here.
Yeah.
We're going to be right back in the same building tomorrow, so did you bring your sleeping bag?
No, I'm just going to leave my computer here. I'm going to go sleep in my car. My car is comfy. I'm not sleeping
Great
up in this. There's bugs up here. I'm not sleeping with bugs. It's like, and I'm not sleeping with you, buddy. You're not staying up here with me either.
I don't know what you thought. Viramontes just behind his intended target. The slipping Enrique Melendez was open downfield. Viramontes looks very comfortable early in this game. There's another good throw with an excellent pocket.
Just timing a bit off with his receivers. So quarterback to receiver having a little issues. If you're King, you got to hope he doesn't figure it out too quickly here and get this game out of hand.
Mustangs will go for it on 4th and 10.
Why not? You're on your side of the football field. Go after it.
This would have been a 54-yard field goal. Viramontes on the bootleg with Warren in to block. And he overshoots Melendez. That throw is incomplete. Turnover on downs for Roosevelt.
Great defense by King. Forcing them. I tell you, the momentum can switch here. Only down 7-0.
And King has yet to pick up a first down, but they still have a chance to tie this game right here.
I have to say hello to Dylan Bell, a freshman here at King, came up and said hello to us.
Sure did.
Said he is a fan of Nick Rice, and so came up here. So hello there to Dylan Bell.
Did he say he was a fan of the rest of the Riverside crew? Because we're all one. We're all a unit.
No, just Nick
Just
Rice.
Nick Rice? Ah, dang it. Well, thank you very much, Dylan Bell, and the rest of you watching and listening tonight. That reminds me, we got to check out some of the comments. Thank you for being so involved on Riverside TV throughout the course of the season. All of you amazing fans who make this possible every single Friday night and almost every Saturday night too.
Yeah, we have another biggie tomorrow. Like you said, we have Riverside Poly versus Canyon Springs.
Oh, another big one. I always love watching John Rice and his bunch.
Good to see John Rice back in action. Bill Powell stepped in, and as Coach Rice was dealing with some health issues, he's back and ready to go.
I believe his 5th season at the helm of the Poly Bears. Bootleg, and that pass is over the head of the leaping Dayton Ford, who is a two-way player. Number 4 seems to be a very busy man for this King football team. He also couples on special teams. There's a look at him at wide receiver. He's got to feel pretty exhausted by this point of the game.
Getting to play. He's playing two ways.
I'm not saying he didn't love it. I'm just saying I'm sure he's
Tired.
a little bit tired. Harros, as the pocket breaks down, a flag has been thrown. He is sacked by Zach Torres and a gang of other Mustangs rather. Number 26, Joshua Davis, combines for the sack.
Got a hold.
Oh,
A hold on defense.
See, that's this excellent officiating crew at work where nothing gets by these guys.
Shane Smith on it.
Roosevelt out of Eastvale, California, fresh off a shutout over Corona. In fact, Mustangs are on a 3-game winning streak. All wins against Roosevelt have been by 3 touchdowns or more going into tonight. They have been rolling out of the Big 8 League and in their 2 non-conference games prior. Harrell's on a 3-step drop, throws the comeback route and overshoots Elijah Simley Flores, incomplete. King offense just looks a bit out of sync right now, Jeff.
You got to get used to it. You know, when you play Centennial the week before, it's going to take you a while to get your bearings back into this thing.
Wolves to punts. Oh, it's a fake. Direct snap to Noah Neal on a 4th and 4. He needs the 46, and he is very close to the 46. It appeared about a half-yard short. We'll see where they spot this.
No, they're going to give it to the Wolves.
Oh, you fooled me. Not quite. Well, the PA guy said not enough.
Nope, not enough. I thought we were going to see the chain gang come out.
I know. Very anticlimactic. Maybe that chain gang is cold too. It's bitter cold. I mean,
It's not cold out here. Knock it off. You live in Southern California. You're going to complain about what is it? What is the temperature right now? You said 50 something. I don't know if I believe that.
59. It's probably
That's
not
nothing.
Even that cold.
That's nothing. You should have showed up in a tank top. This is California. But there's this. Here's the chain gang is out.
Whoa.
I love the chain gang. And was I right? I think I was right, my friend. They're going to keep it with King.
Come on, we believe in King, do we now? 61 degrees.
I
not
told
59.
you. I told you it was a first down. I said they're going to keep it. I saw it.
Really a fascinating decision.
Oh, they didn't.
Oh, so close. So,
Man.
what are your thoughts of that decision on 4th and 4?
I like it. I mean, heck, you got to go for it. You got to generate some kind of offense. I like the play calling from McMains.
Impressive stop on special teams by Tommy Leach and the Mustangs. Roosevelt has enjoyed a winning league record for the last 2 seasons and has made the playoffs all 4 eligible seasons. I say that because 2020 was the wackiest year of all time. No playoff for anybody. But when they are...
What happened in 2020? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
The world shut down. Oh, that thing. That.
Uh-oh. Are you sure? The tackle from Christopher Downs on that run.
Ball is carried by number 26, Joshua Davis.
Joshua Davis.
Pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Roosevelt, since their visit to Murrieta Valley, has scored at least 4 touchdowns in every game this season. And this offense is getting better all the time, too.
Ball is carried by number 26, Joshua Davis.
And they've got the 3rd different running back in the game, all playing well right now. Sir Warren, Jaquez Green, Joshua Davis.
Direct snap.
It's a bummer this is the only time we get to see Roosevelt here on Riverside TV for the regular season. If they keep this going, this could be quite the opportunity for them to make it to the playoffs. According to Ghazal Hassan, they are destined for the playoffs. Sir Warren on that run. Riverside TV has incredible coverage throughout the season of high school football and a number of other events going on in the city. And for King High School, it's yet another program as we see them yet again on Riverside TV. Hard-nosed run from Davis. Well, you brought up the coaching staff for these 2 programs. I'd like to meet the running back coach for the Mustangs. Everybody's playing well for them.
No, when you're running off the size, I still want to know the size of those guys. I mean, they're taller than I am, for God's sake. I'm 6'8". Man.
6'8". There's Sir Warren. You know, when I first met you, 6'8", have you dropped a half inch?
No.
No? Oh,
No,
yeah.
I was probably, when I had hair, I was taller.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Oh. No, you're still a skyscraper out here.
It's great to come out to these games, though, feeling the fall weather, seeing all the great people. We saw Chip George, the assistant principal, athletic director here at Martin Luther King High School, graduate of North Vista High School, part of the CIF finals, or CIF championship team, baseball that is,
Wow.
at North Vista High School.
Maybe he'll meet Noah Harros, the Wolves quarterback, at some point. You say you're 6'8". In high school, how tall were you?
About 6'7".
6'7"? Oh, my goodness.
And I had beautiful locks of hair. They used to call me Thor, because I did. I had great blonde hair.
Really?
Yeah, now they call me, what's that guy, Dr. Evil. I went from Thor to Dr. Evil. That's pretty sad.
Yeah. What happened?
You know what? Age, my friend, age. It'll get you too. It'll get you too.
No way. Here's Sir Warren to the outside. He's wrapped up at around 15.
A little setback there. As they was
Or
a
the 10.
5-yard penalty back.
Yeah, so Sir Warren and this Mustangs running game,
Did you say sir?
his first name is Sir.
Get out of here. My next son's going to be named Sir. Sir Gorham. That's awesome.
And another running back on the team, his name is Jazz.
Stop it. Knock it off.
Hey, do I ever lie to you?
I don't know, but I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense. Sir and Jazz. It's awesome. I love it.
Oh,
I
man.
love great names.
Great names.
I mean, your name is spelled, I'm Jeff with a G, and growing up, they always called me Jeffrey the Giraffe from Toys R Us. You don't remember that, though, I'm sure.
Hey,
There was their.
I actually watched that movie.
No, it's not a movie. It was a store, you goofball. They sold toys. Watch the game. Come on. Knock it off.
2nd and 13. Here we go with Neal. Jaquez Neal on the right side, wrapped up by Dayton Ford after a short game.
Did you just grow up like in a box, just a cardboard box? How did you not know that Toys R Us was a toy store?
Oh, I thought you said Toy Story.
Oh, have you seen Toy Story?
Yeah. I've seen Toy Story. Andy and the gang.
All right, I'm just going to call you Andy. I thought you didn't know what Toys R Us was. I was like, come on.
Come on. I actually, it shut down next to my house, unfortunately. You just can't get anything with me. I'm sure you're disappointed.
No.
Robert Green on the tackle.
I'm not just. I'm amused.
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 As is our incredible camera crew.
Look at that.
What an angle. And just a beautiful setup here at King High School. You can see the rolling hills right beside.
I think that's Steve, our cameraman.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. Amazing award-winning camera crew and operations here on Riverside TV to make it all possible. Mustangs and Wolves, 4-2 Roosevelt, 2-4 King High School. Jaquez Green strolls in for his second touchdown. But a flag has been tossed in the area of holding.
Touchdown. There is a flag on the play.
Appears to be a holding. I would say this facility is one of the better facilities in the city of Riverside. King High School. And the Wolves have packed the home house in preparation for a huge Big 8 League showdown between these two schools. So that was ruled a touchdown on the field, and indeed the penalty was against the defense. Yes, so they'll bring out the extra point. Hold out of Estrada, the kick from Logan South. And it's good. 14-0 with 4:40 to go in the first half. The Mustangs have the sort of rushing attack, as we see that flag thrown early, that really shortens the game. I mean, the King Wolves have only had 3 drives and have punted on every possession, and here we are. The first half's almost over.
A very, very quick half. But see, both of these teams are going to keep the ball on the ground. I mean, that's where they're going to get their bread and butter. And you got to go after it, and that will take up some time.
Jaquez Green has been brilliant. He has had a terrific season, but the Mustangs running back maybe saved his best for Riverside TV. We've seen that quite a few times, where I'm sure these players are looking at the camera crew and thinking, this is the game where I got to shine.
Could be on TV.
Now, Jeff Gorham, you're on TV all the time, so
Okay, we're not TV bound. We're not. You know what? We're just one step above radio. We are streaming. See, I've always had a face for radio. That was my niche.
That was your niche.
Yeah, but yeah. So we are streaming live. We're not television. Not technically television. I want to say something about Shane Smith though. The white hat.
Go ahead.
His
Check
dad.
this out. They're going to be kicking off at the 30, by the way. Not to cut you off. This is crazy.
Yeah, Dick Smith was his father. Has passed away, but they were the referees for high school basketball, high school football, and pro football.
Wow.
Al Jury, in fact, he's also since passed, but was a Super Bowl referee. And Dick Smith is the father of Shane Smith, the white hat.
Very cool.
Man, this is, like you said, a little different. It's like elementary school kicking, right? It's like flag football.
Yeah, YMCA all over again. Here's Logan South. Any chance he pins this inside the 5? He tries.
It's going to be against Roosevelt.
Oh, offsides.
But yeah, I like what they're doing. You have to go onside. You might as well give it a shot.
Yeah.
So there was a number of personal fouls.
Yeah. 2 personal fouls on the same play. And the flags were thrown so early, they just must have said something. I wonder what the Wolves said.
Wolves don't talk.
Oh, they don't?
They bark. Mustangs, guess what? They don't talk either.
Oh.
No, they just make this noise. Horse. That was my horse impression for all of you at home.
Oh, man. Jeff Gorham, always with a voice for Riverside TV. Oh, that onside kick rolls out of bounds, past the reach of Dayton Ford. Because of the penalty, collegiate rules, you'd start at the 30. We'll see if that's the case for high school. You know, I don't think this has ever happened, a kickoff out of bounds on Riverside TV, so we'll see. Busy night for the officials. The Zebras.
There he is. There's Shane Smith.
So apparently there was an offsides penalty too on Roosevelt.
There was, so it will go back to.
And as you can see, Shane Smith doesn't have the little, the small cheat sheet on his hands. We get cheat sheets. We've got computers and stat sheets here. Our job's easy. Those guys got to figure it all out by themselves.
So the referees are in a quorum right now. They're talking about it.
All right, so this is a big opportunity for King to get back into the game. They've got possession with 4:40 remaining in the first half. Nick Rice, Jeff Gorham, and our excellent Riverside TV crew for the Riverside TV game of the week. Simley Flores was the intended target. Incomplete. Noah Harros in tonight's game just looks, whether it's that Mustangs defense or what, just looks a little bit off tonight, unlike what he typically is. He's thrown for nearly 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception, so he came in with some incredible numbers. I mean, he may as well have been a senior throughout most of this season. quarterback rating of 121 this year. Second down and 10. Back to the air for the freshman. Harros throws high.
Pass is incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Incomplete to J.C. Vian, Duffy Cooper.
He's just throwing a little off tonight here so far.
Now to his defense, that last throw, had he fired that one a little bit shorter, that may have been batted down to the line of scrimmage. Now Mustangs defense is flying around out there to begin the game. Roosevelt will finish the season with a home game against Santiago and Norco, but in the middle of that, a visit to Centennial. So we'll see how the Mustangs are able to get out of that one and finish the Big 8 league. Harros to Simley Flores, he dropped it. Knocked down by Chris Johnson, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
3 straight incompletions for Noah Harros and the Wolves.
Yeah, and the Mustangs are going to get the ball here in pretty good field position.
And there's another toss that I'm sure he'd love to have back. It's just a bit high. We all have these moments. As a quarterback, he comes into the varsity level. That's like jumping from algebra to calculus. At least I would imagine that's the case. Juan Salas, number 2 on the return. He slips through a block, and there he goes. One to beat, that's Ford, and that's the man who makes the play at the 5. Dayton Ford saves a touchdown.
That's twice tonight. He has really caused some problems. In fact, he caused that fumble in the first quarter, and he just chased him down. I thought he was gone, but breakaway speed.
A 49-yard return for Salas. Now, with the instant replay, we saw there may have been an illegal block. Nothing was called. It was close. But Salas, with a phenomenal return, gets chased by Ford. You would think that he wouldn't have that sort of an energy by this point of the game. No, the officials did catch it. Nothing gets past these guys. It's a flag, wipe out the long return, and that is the most crushing thing.
Ball will be returned all the way back to the Roosevelt 35-yard line.
Devin Hester, one of the greatest returners in the history of the NFL, he brought this one up all the time. As great as a touchdown return feels, as great as he feels for that, he feels even worse when there's a touchdown wiped off by a return. It's the worst feeling in the world. It's the one that he remembers. Not the touchdowns he had, especially in the Super Bowl, but all the ones that he should have had that were wiped out. And there's another one. Oh, it's a fumble from the Mustangs, Jaquez Neal. King recovers. The Wolves nearly gave up a touchdown a few seconds ago. They've got it with a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Momentum back in the favor of King as we see the botched play here. And the King's going to be in good territory here to put some points on the board with 4:06 here left in the first half.
I don't know what it is, but every time I come in to do a Riverside TV game, we've always got to have a quarterback running back misexchange. It's happened 3 weeks in a row now.
It happens all the time.
Does it?
High school football.
Well, here we go. Harros and company gets a mulligan here. Deep drop. He's looking long and launches. He's got a man in the end zone over the shoulder for Zypher Schackenberg. Touchdown, King High School.
Great pass, great call by Jason McMains. He was all alone. Great catch.
We've seen some big drops from Wolves tonight, but that one was maybe the toughest grab. Over the shoulder and to the outside. Zypher Schackenberg leads the team with 4 touchdown grabs this season. And there's the sort of brilliance that I'm sure the Wolves thought, this guy needs to be our starting quarterback, Noah Harros. When in doubt with the pocket collapsing, it's been a tough first half for him, but he makes a huge play for the Wolves score. Evan Milstead is on for the extra point. After that sensational grab from Schackenberg, it's the 9th touchdown pass of the season for Harrows. Milstead's PAT is blocks. 14-6 with 3:57 left to go in the first half.
PAT is blocked. So with 3:57 left in the first half, Roosevelt Mustangs 14, King High School Wolves 6.
Here's the replay, and
Oh,
perfect catch over the shoulder.
what a grab and a terrific throw from Harrows. We've already brought it up quite a few times, but there's I'm sure a reason why this coaching staff thought we want to come here. It's because this guy's only a freshman making plays like this.
Nobody knew he was that good. He just came out in tryouts and was like, hey, I'm the quarterback. I'm the guy. I'm the dude.
Daniel Roach, if I'm not mistaken, was this quarterback last year.
Yes.
And now he's a senior, and he's watching this youngster who I'm sure hasn't even hit puberty yet. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
I'll let you ask him that one.
I'm okay. I'm all right. I shouldn't have even brought it up.
Ball goes out of bounds.
I'm okay. All right, 6'1", 180 pounds.
A
Jeez.
lot of penalties here tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the replay, and
Jacob Scott.
yeah, they're there. They're there.
Jacob.
You just saw a crack back a moment ago.
Jacob. Jacob Scott.
And our frigid Riverside night.
It's not frigid. Knock it off. It's not cold at all.
I love getting you worked up.
Man, it's not cold.
Not even on the top of your head.
Knock it off, baby. It's tough. Be tough. It's not cold.
3:57 to go in this first half. We'll see if the Mustangs can take a commanding lead back from King. Jaquez Neal to the outside. And he is spun down just across the line by Dalen Anderson, number 19.
I'm going to send you to Idaho. I'll show you how cold it is.
Whew.
I was in minus 40 degrees.
Minus 40?
Yeah.
How many jackets were you wearing?
I wasn't wearing any. I walked
No.
out shirtless.
Okay.
Oh, I actually did. I did. It was a bet. I walked out
was
of
a
my
bet?
own. I was in like Pocatello, Idaho, I think. Oh no, I was in Montana. My fault. Helena, Montana. 40 below.
Were you in one of those college towns?
I was.
Nice. So there's Bozeman. There's Butte. No. There's shoot. What's the other one there?
It's Montana. Who cares? We live in California. We live in Southern California, where it's 61 degrees and you're complaining about cold.
I think there's more people who live in this city than in that entire state.
No offense to anybody that lives in Montana, but
Hey, those are the nicest people in the world out there.
because when they see people, it's like
Oh!
they haven't seen anybody in ever.
That's right.
Geez, you'd fit in well in Montana then.
Oh, yeah, what? Oh, man. Have you seen that new show on TV? Me neither. Direct snap. And Dalen Anderson makes the stop of Neal on the play. It's right around the first down marker. I'm sure you want to see more of Sir Warren and Jazz Fong at some point tonight.
You're darn right I do.
Yes.
Anytime I can use jazz or jazz hands.
Mm-hmm. How much was the bet?
It was like $20, but I went out shirtless.
Hey, worth it.
Like, yeah.
So 2 minutes to go. It's a 8-point game. Viramontes guns it into traffic. That is broken up by the diving Dayton Ford.
Well, he's been all over the field defensively. Ford, he is our MVP tonight.
Yes. Viramontes couldn't have thrown it in a better spot. Enriquez was open. Ford there for the pass breakup. It's exactly what you teach as a defensive back coach. How often do you get a chance to really catch the ball? Not often. Might as well not take any chances and knock it away like that. He plays as the single high safety for the Wolves on defense. 2nd and 10. Viramontes throws away from him. That is a deep out cut to number 11, Drew Amico, his 6th grab of the season, and the sophomore receiver has a Roosevelt first down. Amico with a great route to the outside. He beats Torrey Simmons to the ball. Amico, number 11. Roosevelt likewise as a young quarterback, not a freshman, but a junior, Julian Viramontes. 60% completions, 1,054 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 7 picks. This year, Viramontes throws into traffic that is knocked away by Ford.
Ford almost had another one right there.
This
Look
is
at this.
insane.
This was an interception. He is jumping the route here.
Top
He
of your
sees
screen,
it.
number 4. Look at that space he makes up right there.
Oh, he just tripped.
The turf monster got him.
You know, last week I worked with Trent Rush, you know, the voice of the Angels.
Oh.
So we have the Shohei Ohtani Award, the best two-way player
Okay.
of the night.
Oh, that is great. We're doing that. We're
Now,
doing
we
that
got to
every
think
night.
of something else.
Oh, what? I mean, if the idea is so good, why would we want to replace it? Here's the screen, and Neal's out of bounds inside the 20.
He owned it because he's the voice of the Angels. So
All right.
we can't use Shohei Ohtani without
Well,
his-
I could do the Jeff Gorham Award, a two-way guy.
No, I'm not. I was strictly offense. I played no defense.
Oh, really?
No. Hey, nice play there. Great offensive
Yeah.
play call there by Tommy Leach.
We're going to think of something. Make sure to join us for the second half. We'll give you that award name. We got to think of something. That's a great idea. Okay, 1:33 left. Both teams have all their timeouts. Viramontes checks it down to Neal. That is behind his intended target. Number 6. How about this name, Jeff Gorham? Dez Polamalu was on the coverage.
I love it. Sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah. His hair's a little bit shorter. Number 6 on defense. Check him out in the red. Dez Polamalu. No dreads in the back. No waves, curls, or anything. Well, this certainly is a big moment in this football game. Roosevelt could take a huge, by the standards of how long these drives are, a huge lead. Flag is thrown. This could be an offsides. And Viramontes is wrestled down by Sam Green after a short gain.
Another Green brother. So the whole entire Green family making themselves noticed tonight.
So there's the Green family for King High School. Then tomorrow, John Rice, the coach, and John Rice, the player.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's tomorrow's storyline. That'll be interesting. Pauley and Canyon Springs lace it up on a Saturday night here on Riverside TV. Kickoff is at 7. I do my homework, Jeff Gorham.
Yes, you do. You are a true professional.
Oh, yeah. All right, 3rd and 10. Viramontes looks to his left. Short gain to Neal, run out by McPherson.
Jack Diesel McPherson, my friend. It's
Diesel.
Jack Diesel McPherson.
Nice. McPherson wearing number 8 for King High School. Too bad for that camera. Who'd you say was that, Steve?
I believe it's Steve now.
Okay. He gets apparently hit like that a couple of times every season, so pretty cushy up here. 4th and 1, they're going for it, and King might have made a stop here. Direct snap was to Neal, and the tackle was from Christopher Downs, number 64. How about that decision? Second. Oh, no, it was a first down. Very close on that run. And Roosevelt will not use a timeout. Interesting decision as they inch closer to the end zone here. Number 22, Sir Warren is the running back, and he is stuffed in the backfield. Isaiah Butler with the stop.
Ball was carried by number 22.
Oh, there's the flag.
Flag on the play.
And we've got a timeout on the field. So Roosevelt will want to think this one over with 34.2 seconds left in this first half. So every week, the City of Riverside YouTube page, we go over the city rankings. But I do not believe that was the case this week. Was it, Jeff Gorham?
No, we were on a hiatus this week.
Okay. Well, we're not on a hiatus now. So do you think JW North is the #1 team in
Yes.
the city? Okay. All right. I know there's a lot of drama there. Number 2, Ramona. Number 3, Notre Vista. Are you with me so far?
Yep. Same
Okay.
same exact order.
King at 4, Hillcrest 5.
Perfect.
All right. And then Pauley, Notre Dame, Arlington, La Sierra. Wrap it up.
Correct.
All right. Correct? Cool.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah,
I didn't need Gazal's song for that.
we put we took Pep Fernandez and I every Sunday night. We throw all these numbers into the supercomputer, huge computer,
Really?
and then we come out with these great rankings, and then we put it on the Inland Sports Show. We put it on Riverside TV and on Sports Weekly Live tonight at
Sports Weekly Live.
11 p.m. with Pep Fernandez from his abode at
Is it
home.
Palatial Estates?
Yeah, so if you want, just check out Pep Fernandez on the YouTube.
Yes, the tube. That one's incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Brings up second and goal. Third.
But Pep will have highlights, probably even some from tonight's game.
Yes.
Box on the sideline says second.
Brings up either a second or a third down. Let's check it out. Second down. Something like that.
I think they have it wrong on the sideline. I believe it is third down.
Referee saying second.
Oh, second.
Oh. Viramontes with just a few seconds left throws the slant. Sensational coverage. Dalen Anderson, number 19, knocks it away. This would be a huge stop here for King.
Great,
in the red
great,
zone.
great defensive stop here. Except from King.
Was that pass interference?
No.
Okay. Get that out. Third down from just inside the 10. .24.5 seconds left. As the crowd roots on the defense. 2 timeouts left for the Mustangs. They may use one if King provides another stop here. Third down and goal to go. Viramontes tosses the slant again inside the 5 for Andrew Marshall. Touchdown Roosevelt. Number 7, Andrew Marshall is in for his 3rd score of the season.
Yeah, nice play. Great play call from Roosevelt.
That has to be a bit of a backbreaker. King goes down the field and punches it in with a Shackelford score. The Mustangs chew up the remaining second quarter clock and are in the end zone with Marshall. They were just a couple inches away from a 4th down stop. Logan South splits the uprights and puts the Mustangs up 15.
Edge is good by number 47, Logan South. So 19.
Still a 2-score
First half.
advantage for
21 to 6 lead.
the Mustangs.
Good throw from Julian Viramontes, the quarterback. That is his 9th touchdown of the year. He is just a junior quarterback, and we've talked a lot about Harrows tonight. Julian Viramontes, number 12, has been pretty darn good as well.
Good pass. Just holds that ball right over the goal line.
This one's our favorite angle of the night, right over the pylon. King brought 6 on the rush, and Marshall beats him for the score. There aren't too many play calls in the book for 19 seconds. We'll see if King can get good field position and maybe take a chance. South will send it away. And this is a good one. It soars inside the 5. Simli Flores on the return. He has a seam and is stopped just short of the 30-yard line by Tony Smith, leaving 12 seconds.
Let's see if Jason McMains decides to go for it. He still have 3 timeouts left. Might be able to get a couple plays off here.
Well, looks like they're going to go for it. It's the very thing we love here on Riverside TV. Why not? Both runners have been pretty successful. Jaquez Neal and Noah Neal, the starters on both sides. It's Noah Neal in the backfield, but Harros is looking deep, and he shoots it into double coverage. That's intercepted. Taken back at the 40-yard line, and Juan Salas ends the half with a return to the 41. A frustrating end to that first half for the Wolves as Mustang quarterback Julian Viramontes tosses on the final pass completion of the day, a touchdown to Andrew Marshall. We go to the break with Roosevelt up 21-6. Well, the two quarterbacks both played pretty well, I would argue, but turnovers really cost the Wolves through 24 minutes.
It did, but I'll tell you what, you got to give it to Coach McMains for giving it that shot right before half there. So I just saw Coach Tommy Leach was up here in the booth.
No way.
Yeah, I just saw Tommy Leach.
There we go. Well, Tommy Leach and his Mustangs enjoy a 15-point lead to the break. More here on the Riverside TV Game of the Week in just a moment. It's the Mustangs 21 and the Wolves 6.
Engine 1 AMR, respond with RPD for a traffic accident with injuries. In 1234 Main Cross of Columbia, 2 vehicles involved.
Each year, the Riverside City Fire Department responds to 40,000 emergency calls.
431.
And the men and women of the Riverside Police Department drive Code 3 every day.
We need your help so you know what to do when you see emergency vehicles.
Pull to the right.
Pull to the right.
Pull to the right. So help us help you.
We need you to pull to the right.
The Riverside County Transportation Commission has partnered with California Operation Lifesaver to educate Riverside County residents about how to be safe around trains and railroad tracks. Here are 3 safety facts you need to know. First, trespassing on train tracks is not only dangerous and can lead to serious injury, it is also illegal. Second, you may not always be able to hear a train coming, which is why it's important to always stay off and away from tracks. And finally, it can take a train up to a mile to come to a complete stop. If an object or person is on the tracks and the train can't stop in time, unfortunately, a collision may occur. Now that you're the expert, you can help us spread the word by sharing these important safety messages with your friends and family. We thank you for practicing rail safety.
We are proud of the Riverside Police Department's tradition of integrity, service, and excellence. RPD officers are disciplined, well-trained professionals who always lean forward to make our community safer and more livable. We are always looking for mature, educated men and women who want to apply their courage and judgment to serve the people of Riverside. If that's who you are, we want to talk to you.
our very first building of a Little Free Pantry. We are building a Little Free Pantry in our community. It will be one of the 26 throughout Riverside that will help fill the gaps of food scarcity here in Riverside. Data is telling us now that 1 in 6 families are hungry. It's about 44% of adults and about 50% of children that are hungry here within our own neighborhood, in our own backyard.
Because of the pandemic, there's a lot of hunger out there. There's a lot of families in need, and we hope that this will act as a bridge until families are able to get the food that they need. I think that there are always those times where we are living paycheck to paycheck and we need just a few cans of something to get us by. So these little pantries will serve in that capacity, and we're really excited to see something that will help families in need.
And this has been a wonderful collaboration with the Riverside Mutual Aid Network, IEHP, here at Sandals Church, and the City of Riverside. So this has been a fantastic opportunity for community members to step up and to fill a real void in our city, which is food insecurity. So the idea is that if one of these free little pantries in your neighborhood, you could stock it as frequently or as infrequently as you want to. And the idea behind it is that when people have extra food, it doesn't go to waste.
These pantries are just kind of the first step, right, for reintroducing neighbors back to each other, getting folks involved in taking care of each other again, and just strengthening those community bonds that Riverside is so known for. Because things like food drives and food distributions, they're really good, but they only help folks in that moment of need. And we wanted to create something that would continue giving back 5, 10, 15 years from now, and really allow the community to get back into taking care of each other, instead of maybe relying on, just government or nonprofit structures to kind of take care of them.
If others want to follow suit, they can apply at riversideca.gov/cares as an application, or they can email us at neighbor@riversideca.gov to receive an application to host a Little Free Pantry in their neighborhood.
Engine 1 AMR, respond with RPD for a traffic accident with injuries. In 1234 Main, cross of Columbia, 2 vehicles involved.
Each year, the Riverside City Fire Department responds to 40,000 emergency calls.
431. And the men and women of the Riverside Police Department drive Code 3 every day.
We need your help, so you know what to do when you see emergency vehicles.
Pull to the right.
Pull to the right.
Pull to the right. So help us help you.
We need you to pull to the right.
The Riverside County Transportation Commission has partnered with California Operation Lifesaver to educate Riverside County residents about how to be safe around trains and railroad tracks. Here are 3 safety facts you need to know. First, trespassing on train tracks is not only dangerous and can lead to serious injury, it is also illegal. Second, you may not always be able to hear a train coming, which is why it's important to always stay off and away from tracks. And finally, it can take a train up to a mile to come to a complete stop. If an object or person is on the tracks and the train can't stop in time, unfortunately, a collision may occur. Now that you're the expert, you can help us spread the word by sharing these important safety messages with your friends and family. We thank you for practicing rail safety.
We are proud of the Riverside Police Department's tradition of integrity, service, and excellence. RPD officers are disciplined, well-trained professionals who always lean forward to make our community safer and more livable. We are always looking for mature, educated men and women who want to apply their courage and judgment to serve the people of Riverside. If that's who you are, we want to talk to you.
My name is Melissa Olmos, and I'm a driver operator in the Department of Refuse for the City of Riverside, and I've been doing this for 4 months already. I really enjoy it because this job is not like a routine, so every day is different. So I'm assigned to do the bookings. The residents call to the city to be serviced, and these items is large furniture, mattress, and appliance. The residents, they have 2 times a year, and these items, I put it in the back of the packer, and the packer crashes and compact these items so I can take it to the dump. My favorite part of the job is driving the truck. Since I was younger, my dream was to be a driver. And now that the city of Riverside gave me this opportunity, I really enjoy it. I'm really proud of what I do because when I go to the residents' houses, I see the faces, they're happy because we're picking up the items they don't want anymore. So I try to get in here because this is a better job for me with a better stability. And I want to too because I want to set a good example for my 2 daughters that I have. One of my hobbies that I have is go hiking. I like the outside activities like camping, and I also enjoy riding motorcycles. If I have to describe my job in one word, it will be it's perfect.
A beautiful Friday night here in the city of Riverside. This is the Riverside TV Game of the Week. The Roosevelt Mustangs, courtesy of a brilliant 150-yard performance out of their running back, Jaquez Neal. They lead the Wolves 21-6. Nick Rice alongside Jeff Gorham from King High School here in the city of Riverside, where there you can see it. The Mustangs are off to a great start. Wolves have some work cut out for them in the second half.
Yeah, just had a chance to talk to Tommy Leach, the head coach of Roosevelt. I didn't know he was up here in the booth with us, and he came over and tapped me on the shoulder.
Could have joined us.
And then he continued to tell me that Pep Fernandez, his rankings, he tried to blame me for him. I said, whoa. Those are Pep Fernandez's 25 top 25 rankings. I said I am only responsible for the city of Riverside rankings. But no, it was nice to talk to Tommy Leach, and I'm sure he looked like he was feeling pretty good, being up 21-6 here at the start of the third quarter.
Wearing his ski jacket and his scarf.
Yep. Now, I was thinking, if we're going to go the best two-way player, we should go with like an old school guy.
Old school. Okay.
So.
And who old school in the city of Riverside would be a good representation of that?
I'm going to go NFL guys. We got to go best two-way players of all time. Let's go Lou Groza. The Lou Groza Award. He's number
Groza?
1. Yes.
I thought you were going to go city. He's from Riverside?
No, I'm talking he's an NFL legend. Played in the
NFL legend?
He's in the
Okay.
Hall of Fame.
Okay, I'm that type of nerd. Simply Flores, dangerous spot to return, but he still gets a good run back out of it. Knocked down by Liam Henry, just short of the 15.
Yeah, Lou Groza from 1946 to 1959. And then from 61 to 67, he took a couple years off with the Cleveland Browns. He's in the Hall of Fame. He was in 9 Pro Bowls. He was an elite offensive tackle, but he was also known for his field goals.
Yeah.
He was a kicking machine. So we're going to go with the Lou Groza Award tonight.
Lou Groza.
And so far, it is our guy, Dayton Ford, number 4 of Riverside.
Well,
Poly.
let's see if he can keep it up. Some pretty good other players that I could consider as good two-way prospects right now. But Dayton Ford leads the clubhouse. Handoff to Des Polamalu, who I would say is runner-up for the two-way player.
That's just because of his name. Knock it off. Knock it off, Nick Rice.
First carry of the night.
But we did see him play some defense.
Yeah, just a sophomore, Des Polamalu is. So the Lou Groza Award, huh?
That will be given at the end of the night.
I like it. Comeback route in front of Johnson, incomplete. Excellent throw from Noah Harros. That brings up third down. Simply Flores, the target. So I've got a cool little questionnaire for you. I like every Friday night to test your Riverside knowledge. And at the start of the fourth quarter, you know, I gave you some softballs last week.
No, you did not. Those were good ones.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Well, these are going to be great ones. I know you're going to love this questionnaire coming up tonight, Jeff Gorham. Start of the fourth quarter. Harris looks to his left, tipped off of the hands of Ford. It's intercepted. Touchdown Roosevelt on the return from Juan Salas. The Mustangs create another turnover here in the third quarter and are pulling away.
Yeah, that was just an errant throw. And
there goes our Lou Groza nominee.
And just untouched, goes all the way in for that touchdown.
Just a crushing turn of events for King. This Wolves offense, over 300 yards a game, over 28 points per game. They've been very productive this year and find themselves in a huge hole. And for King High School, they're up against the defense that's rolling right now. This will be a huge challenge. The extra point is good. Roosevelt 28, King 6. Here's another look at the interception.
But honestly, that was the only thing he could have done, just because it was going to be intercepted anyways. He was trying to get the ball out of the way. He just happened to go in the hands of a Mustang.
Oh, Mustangs in open grass, I'd say they're pretty fast. Juan Salas on the return.
But you know what, though? A wolf would chase down a Mustang and grab him.
You think a wolf is faster than a Mustang?
I think it would hurt a Mustang.
Red Dead Redemption, they're not.
I still remember the best line ever that Nick Rice, you gave me, it was a couple weeks ago. What's the difference between a bear and a husky?
And a husky. That's
well,
right.
One's a bear, one's a dog.
I think I asked, what is a husky? That was another good
No, I've saved it. You said, what's the difference between a bear and a husky?
Oh, yeah?
One's a bear, one's a dog.
One's a dog. Oh, man. I'm going to get you one day, Jeff Gorham.
You might give me tonight. I hope you do.
Yeah, actually, shoot, I'm leaving myself exposed here.
I can't see. I've got no glasses.
Oh, yeah? That's right. You don't. Interesting.
As we turn over here with the, we'll start from the 35-yard line.
A pick six from Juan Salas was the way we began the second half. First and 10. King is at their own 35-yard line. Noah Harris, with two backs alongside him, begins with a run. And that run's going nowhere. Big play in the backfield on the Noah Neal scamper. Taken down by Gavin Scott Hoffman, number 24. 6-yard loss for Scott Hoffman. Mustangs. Second and 16.
Is that one of your favorite songs, Mustang Sally?
Oh, it is.
By Wilson Pickett.
I love that band. I love everything about it. Second and 16. Roosevelt's threatening blitz. They have no safeties in the game. Harrells with a chance to go deep. He launches to the left. That is dropped. And that bounces off of the screen on the side. Brian Hoover was the intended target.
Have our friends in the booth playing some Mustang Sally for us by Wilson Pickett. So, yeah. No, we are professionals here. We know it all.
We knew that. We just were dramatically pausing for a minute or two. Third down and 16. The Wolves have had a bad case of the drops tonight. We'll see if they can recover on this play. It's a catch in the flat by number 11, Zypher Schackenberg, reeled in the touchdown. Open field stop from Frank Abreu, and Roosevelt forces the punt. So King High School is looking at an opportunity here to drop. If they can't come back here, they're looking at an opportunity of just 3 games to get back into the conversation. You mentioned Centennial is the favorite to win the Big 8 League. Norco's pretty good too. Roosevelt, Corona, King, and Santiago, the other 4 schools. Muffed by Johnson at the 42-yard line.
Let's see who they give it to.
They give it to King. Big recovery as Chris Johnson gambles on the return and muffs it. That is already the 3rd turnover of the game for Roosevelt.
I like how a lot of King players right there, though. There's 3, 4, 5 guys all in one spot. That's great. Great effort.
Noah Neal, the running back, on the recovery. One of the new favorites for the Lou Groza Award tonight. What a play for the running back. What are your thoughts of King and how they compete in the Big 8 League?
I think, if they're still in this ball game, they just get back in by scoring some points, my friend.
Yes.
But I think they're going to do fine. I think Coach McMains has them going in the right direction. He only had the job 7 weeks prior to the season, and they had stoppages multiple times. So really behind the 8 ball coming into the season. And talking to him before the game, they hadn't gone through his weight program. They haven't gone through his off-season conditioning program. So a lot will change between this time. From this time until next year, it'll be a completely different ball club.
And they do have the benefit of on paper, a relatively easy schedule going forward over the head of Simley Flores. So their next 2 home games, King plays host to Corona, a 3-2 ball club, and they finish the season with a home game against 1-5 Santiago. 2 teams that are very that certainly will be competitive, but King has a good chance to win those.
And still an opportunity to make the playoffs. I mean, this is the Big 8. Anything can happen.
Yep.
We've seen it last year with Norco upsetting Centennial in that antiquated short season last year.
So the Huskies are outscoring their opponents this year 339 to 55.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So average that out, you're looking at 67 to 11.
Yeah, and think of it this way. They ended up beat St. John Bosco.
Yes.
John Bosco, a nationally ranked team.
Number 3 in the nation.
Nice little option play there. A great move there from the youngster.
Yeah. Noah Neal, number 25.
The players hobbling off the field here.
So let's look at Centennial, what they've done this season. They just won again tonight over Santiago.
What was the score of that one?
69 to 14. So they've crushed everybody. They beat Sierra Canyon, pretty good team. Long Beach Poly High School was no contest. And, of course, King a couple of weeks ago. So this is a very impressive schedule they have. They haven't lost over the last month by any less than 5 touchdowns.
That's pretty good team there, Centennial.
Yeah.
Nationally
Matt Logan.
ranked.
Is he still there, Matt Logan?
Yes, he's evil. Remember that they call it the Evil Empire. He is the leader, so it makes him the evilest of the Evil Empire. They have that on the inside of their jerseys. Did I tell you that? On the inside of their jerseys, it says Evil Empire. No joke.
Huh.
A little bit of trivia for you. So if you want to send your kid to Centennial High School, just know that the inside of his shirt will say the Evil Empire.
I would never do such a thing. Never, ever.
No, I always send my kids to just Riverside schools.
Yeah. Remember when I said Rubidoux is a Riverside school? Remember
it is
that?
Not. It used to be part of Riverside, but then it became an annexed city, and it is now the Harupa Valley area.
Injury on the field. 8:52 to go in the third. 28-6. Roosevelt. It will be exciting to see over the next couple of years the development of this program, the Martin Luther King Wolves. 3rd and 10, motion man is Robert Green. Harrows throws into double coverage. Good coverage outside. Duffy Cooper, the intended target. The cover man for the Mustangs was Andrew Marshall, number 7. That brings up 4th down. Roosevelt has been in the Big 8 League since 2008. Speaking of Rubidoux, both Roosevelt and Rubidoux before 2008 were in this league called the Freelance League. Random fact, has no bearings on this game. I researched it, so I'm going to use it, dang it. 4th and 10, why not? Wolves down 22. They're going to go for it at the 47 of Roosevelt's. Here's Harrows with the 5-man rush. He shoots it deep, and that throw is dropped.
And that has been the problem all night. Good passes. They've just dropped the ball.
Dayton Ford, the intended target.
What a good look there from Harrows right there.
Oh, right between the shoulder pads. One thing I'm not going to say that I know more than the coaching staff knows, because I definitely do not, but I'm wondering why they're down 22, of course, but why they seemingly haven't run at all in the last quarter or two.
I'm trying to, spread that defense, trying to, test that secondary. And why not? They didn't get much from the run early on.
Neal. Encroachment on the defense. Now, Roosevelt's done a whole lot of running tonight. Jaquez Neal is met in front of him. He is a 5'8", 190-pound running back, and it shows whether you are, what's his name for North?
Vanacio Michele.
I keep getting him messed up with Opalani for his head coach. Doesn't matter how big or small you are. Doesn't matter your size, your height. This guy has been a workhorse tonight. Number 29, Jaquez Neal. I mean, you could be very small and make it to the NFL, or you could be Jeff Gorham's height. It doesn't matter.
Or these big guys right there, those two big giants.
The tackles Aurelio Medina and Max Patterson. They'll fake to Warren with another. No, that is Sir Warren on the handoff. A flag has been thrown as Sir gains 7. Sir Warren wearing the LT dark visor.
And another flag on the play there. Can bring back that run.
I'm sure back in your day in high school, there you can see white socks, black socks, visors on some of them, turf tape, the different uniform combinations. I'm sure back in your day, in my day too, my school, there was no difference. You had to all be uniform.
Yeah, but now everybody's there. They all want to be individuals.
Yes.
And show off because we're on TV. They can say, look, I'm the guy with the black
I was wondering why. 2nd and 9. Neal with a quick scoot to the outside. And he shakes the tackle with the element of ease that's hard to duplicate. Chase Shackelford was the one who shoved him out. Look at this run, Jeff Gorham, where Neal, he doesn't just break the tackle, he looks so casual in shaking off the defense. Look at this.
Took a shot and just it rolled off him.
He didn't even notice he got hit on that
It was
play.
like water off a duck's back.
Good one. Third and 6. Direct snap, and Nathan Enriquez gains a couple.
It's going to bring him up about a yard and a half, 2 yards short.
It's like water off Jeff Gorham's head.
Yes. Yeah. I'm like an otter.
For a play, I was like, should I say that joke?
Yeah,
No. That's rude. I would never do something so rude.
No, you're not rude. You're being observant.
I'm looking at every day I look in the mirror, I'm like, dang it. It's happening.
Your hair?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hope it goes for you, buddy.
I hope it does. Sir Warren on the inside. He refuses to go down. What a run for Sir Warren. And a couple of Wolves are slow to get up. It's a gain of 19.
Yeah, big run here. I mean, he had hands all over him, just missed tackles. Finally brought down.
Well, that wasn't Ford who made the stop. He's done that quite a few times. Torrey Simmons was on the tackle, number 1. Heavy dose of the run. You can see Wolves are starting to lose their helmet. That's just how physical this rushing attack has been in the second half. You know, I got to figure out how big these guys are. Okay.
I'll look it up for you.
All right. Number 74 was the one who shoved the defense out of the way. Nicholas Cabrera, number 74. Check him out, and then check out number 90, Aurelio Medina. 74 and 90.
All right, let me see if I can figure this out.
Big fellas.
Number 74 is Nick Cabrera, 6'7".
Whoa!
6'7", 330 pounds.
Yeah,
Look at that. That's a power forward right there.
NBA power forward.
Darn right.
Jaquez Neal takes the direct snap, fakes the handoff to Warren, and heads to the outside. It's one down just inside the 20-yard line by Sam Green.
And
How
who was
about
the
number
other guy?
90?
90?
5'11"? There's
No,
no
no.
way.
No, I think we're going 99 maybe?
Max
6'4",
Patterson.
263.
Not bad, not bad. 67, check out him. One more player. He plays right guard. 6'1", 320.
320.
That
Large
is
human.
small compared to the average.
Look at 66, Jaden Yepes.
Nice.
6'5", 295.
5-footers aren't going to cut it on Roosevelt.
Yeah, Roosevelt, they got a great basketball team. They were the state champs 4 years ago in
Very nice.
boys basketball in Division I.
Wow. Over Sierra Canyon, that team built in an hour with all of LeBron's
Oh, this was just
kids.
before that. They had Jamarl Baker, who started off at the University of Kentucky, now plays at the University of Arizona.
Very nice.
They had Matt Mitchell, who just graduated from San Diego State, is playing overseas, making a lot of money, making $1 million plus. Both were Roosevelt Mustangs.
You want to know what's amazing? So he can go overseas and make $1 million.
Of course.
Olympians in America make only $30,000 for a gold medal. Insane. Now you make a lot with like sponsorships and commercials and stuff like that, but that is crazy.
And flags all over the place.
Yeah. And soon enough, they now created that rule where college athletes can make money off of their likeness. Does that go down to high school too?
No, it does not.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, in fact, the quarterback, I think for Alabama, is
Bryce Young.
He's making $2 million.
$2 million? Wow. Crazy.
He's probably living in a college dorm.
Yeah. Well, hey, if they're going to pay for it, you might as well do it.
So, call against Roosevelt. It's going to bring back to second and 22. But then they're going to offsetting penalties. They're going to move it up.
Over under at
decline.
least 12 flags tonight.
12?
Busy work by our officials.
Are you kidding me? It's way more than 12 flags.
Way more, huh? Well, you can have your Lou Groza award, but I'll take Derrick Henry award. That's Jaquez Neal for the Mustangs, number 29.
Pretty good
Another
award,
former
too.
Crimson Tide running back. I thought, this year he's going to fall off. Not quite as good as last year. There's no way he can run for 2,000 again. He might run for 2,000 again. In the end zone, it's intercepted by Simile Flores. Intended for Amico. A huge play in the end zone for a new Lou Groza nominee, wide receiver, and here he is as corner.
Yeah, that's just a jump ball. They go up and get it. It's one-on-one. Big play.
So Simley Flores has been great as a returner tonight.
He's up for the Lou Groza Award.
Yep. Wide receiver and cornerback. What a catch. How about guys that can catch at wide receiver, play a little DB with the ball's in the air. Here you are with a chance to make a play most DBs don't make. Great catch. Now Simley Flores is split out to the right. 28-6, late in the third. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. They'll go to the run outside to number 20, Isaiah Butler. Only his 3rd carry of the season, and a gain of 5.
Nice play there. Good block.
Great tackle. Number 2, Juan Salas. Late in the third, 28-6. Lou Groza Award winner coming up at the end of this game. And more good stuff happening to begin the 4th quarter. Roosevelt has a chance to join Centennial at 2-0 in the Big 8 League this year. Intended for Simley Flores, that appeared to be quite a bit of contact from Chris Johnson. No flag. Incomplete.
We had a really quick first half.
Yeah.
Second half here is kind of.
You would think it'd be the other way around.
Yeah.
So Centennial crushed Santiago tonight. Norco's up huge against Corona. So winner's going to join Centennial and Norco at 2-0. Or I'm sorry, if Roosevelt wins, they'd be 2-0. So right now the league is as follows. With 3 games to go in the regular season, you have Centennial and Norco 2-0. Then you have Santiago and Corona at 0-2. So how about that for math?
I like that.
Okay.
Roosevelt has a shot here with 2:22 left here in the 3rd quarter.
If Jeff Gorham was coaching, here's a chance to go for it.
No.
No? Okay, all right.
Not this far back.
Just testing it. Just testing it. So Juan Salas and Chris Johnson are deep to return. As King tries to create another big play, credit to the defense and special teams of the Wolves. They have created 4 turnovers of Roosevelt tonight, 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions. Line drive punt. Salas is in the block. On 2 bounces, Chris Johnson retrieves at the 25. He races past Ford and turns the corner at the 40. 45-50 for Chris Johnson, and he is pulled down by the shoe tops at the 36.
Johnson, what a nice run there. Great breakaway speed. Nearly runs over Joe Rogers, the back judge.
Can't do that.
Yeah, the punter took him down.
Yeah. Man who shall be named. 1:38 to go in the third. Heavy dose of the running game tonight from Jaquez Neal. 5'8", 190. Coming in at 6.5 yards a carry. He had just under 800 all-purpose yards this season and 7 total touchdowns. Neal tacked on another 2 in the first half. He breaks to the outside, beats his man to the end zone. That's Simmons. Touchdown for Jaquez Neal with a flag thrown in the area of holding. It's a hat trick for Neal if this run stands.
Yeah, it's going to be hold.
Yeah.
Right about the 21-yard line, it looks like. So they're gonna...
Let's see. Who do you think on the outside? Well, look clean to me. I'm sure somewhere in that scrum.
A lot of laundry being thrown here. A nice warm Riverside night.
First and 5 from the 36-yard line.
Man, fall happened in like 2 seconds here in Riverside. Juan Salas to the other side. And with just one shoe top, Salas would have been gone for a touchdown. And take a wild guess who made that tackle.
Our guy.
Yes, Dayton Ford.
Dayton Ford just gave himself another.
Check out number 4. Look at this tackle right here. Woo! With the shoelace. King start of the season with a narrow loss to Ramona, 24-20.
We had that
and
game,
shout out to the Rams, who are 6-0 this season.
Going against Novi next week, who is also 6-0.
Oh, that is a great game.
As Norte Vista won 41-0 last night over Patriot.
Oh, trying to find Ramona. I got the Ramona Rams. No, or the Ramona Bulldogs from Ramona, California. No, it's the Ramona Rams.
Of course.
6-0. And how about this? They lead Arlington. Check out the score, 43-6 over the Lions. Here's Sir Warren to the end zone. He beats Ford for the touchdown.
No flags. That's a good play.
No flags, but there is a pink shoe on the field of the 35 for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Anyone gonna get that?
Nope.
Nope. Sir Warren has scored. Jaquez Neal, terrific night for the Mustangs from Eastvale, California, not too far away from here. Just north of Corona, I believe. Eastvale?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. North of Norco, that's right. Extra point good from South. Logan South. So trivia time is coming up to begin the 4th for Jeff Gorham, but with 14 seconds left in the longest third quarter of the season.
Start it now, buddy. We got some time. Give me the first one.
All right. Okay, so we have seen some great league championship teams in the city of Riverside. For this trivia section with our governor of Riverside, Jeff Gorham, I'm going to give you the year, the team, and the league that team won, and you'll tell me who the head coach was for that team. And I'm going to start you off with a softball. JW North in 2019 just won the Inland Valley Championship, and their head coach was Dennis Brown. So that was an easy one. Okay. This one's going to be a little bit harder. So 2018 Hillcrest won the River Valley League Championship.
Travis Carter.
And their coach was not Travis Carter.
Oh, it was Thanos. John Brandom.
It was John Brandom. All right.
He's Thanos. All right, give me another one before we get going here.
Okay, so that's the end of the third quarter. Mustangs lead 35-6. This one's a softball. Ramona's last championship was in 2017. Palomar champs, led by who?
Mashinsky.
All right. 2015, Notre Dame won the Ambassador League. And not with their current coach, the guy before. His name is...
Oh, I know this. Give me the first letter of the name.
D.
It's drawing a blank. I know it, though. He was an ex-NFL guy, too.
Yeah, and he, I believe, worked with the RCC program.
Yes, he did. Okay, I'm going to forget right now because my brain is frozen.
His first name is Derek? Derek Johnson.
Derek Johnson. I knew that. I've interviewed Derek Johnson many times. I'm sorry, Derek Johnson.
Oh. You already brought up this name earlier in the night. The 2014 Pauley Bears won the Inland Valley League, and they were led by who?
O.P. Vaiapulu. Wait, in 2014?
2014.
Dennis Brown?
Yeah, Dennis Brown. Nice.
Okay.
All right. This one's going to be a toughie.
Just wait. I'll get it. I'll get the next one.
Yeah. You've been pretty darn good so far. Pump fake. Noah Harros rolls out to his right. He throws a jump ball into traffic. What a play for 4. Johnson was on the coverage.
There's going to be a hold.
Yeah, this one's coming back. I believe Ford made that catch.
He did. Okay, go ahead. Give me the last one or the next one.
All right, I got 3 more for you.
No.
Okay.
I knew Derek Johnson. I really had a brain fart.
Same year, 2014, La Sierra won the River Valley League. Led by who? Oh, man, these are... Oh, I knew I got good questions this week.
No, I mean, La Sierra. What year was this?
2014.
I don't know who the coach was at La Sierra in 2014.
Jeff Roney.
Oh, it was Roney Ball. That's right, from Arlington High School.
This pass is batted down to the line of scrimmage, deflected by Liam Henry.
And
you
Roney
enjoying
was
yourself
only,
right now?
Yeah, I'm always enjoying myself. But yeah,
All right.
Jeff Roney was only there a couple years, so
yeah,
that's a tough one. Okay, go ahead. Give me another one.
2007, JW North won the Ivy League, led by who? 2007. Woo. That one's a toughie.
Yeah, I won't know that one either. Paredes?
Lou Randolph.
Oh, Lou Randall.
Yeah, did you ever meet him?
I know Lou Randall. Okay. Yeah, of course.
2012 Notre Vista, River Valley champ.
Hey, come on. Ken Batdorf's been there for 74 years.
74 years. I was thinking, maybe you've... Jump ball to Ford. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Chris Johnson to the 44.
Wow. Chris Johnson had... Hey, he's up there for the Lou Groza, but we got to go with the Riverside guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, plenty of recipients. What can you do if you're Dayton Ford on that play?
That's just a jump ball right there.
Wow,
That's...
great grab by Johnson. And to wrap up our amazing game show tonight.
You have one more?
Yep. What's the prize? Nothing.
Okay. Oh, so no more questions?
I got one more
for
you.
Go ahead.
This one's for the granddaddy of them all.
Hurry, quick.
2005, these Martin Luther King Wolves. It's the last time they won a league title.
Ken
the
Mashinsky.
Ivy League. And it was led by who?
Ken Mashinsky.
Was it? I got Darren Owens. You don't think it was Darren Owens?
Maybe it was, but I don't remember Darren Owens. So that one's.
I mean, that one was on Max Preps, and I had to kind of look around. So
yeah,
I could,
I'm not
I
too
could
sure
be
if that
wrong.
one's.
Okay, very good, very good.
Yeah, I believe the last time that a King Wolves won a league championship, Ken Mashinsky was the coach.
Interesting.
But, and I believe Travis Carter.
That's the
was,
Big 8 league.
I think Travis Carter was the quarterback.
No way, really?
Yep. There you go.
It goes to show when you're done playing here, you coach here. That's what
exactly.
you do. Happens all over. And that is the case for Jason McMains, who was a football player at then Riverside School Rubidoux, then at RCC.
He was at Carnegie. It's no longer. It's a defunct high school now.
Defunct.
It's defunct.
Wonder why.
Went out of business. It was a private school.
It went out of business. That's the crazy part. No private schools in Riverside, right? Oh, there's some that don't play.
Yeah, you got Notre Dame High School. You've got Woodcrest Christian. You have.
I didn't know.
But, yeah, you can literally probably look over the mountain and say, there it is, right next. And then you have
right there.
Bethel Christian.
Oh, here's Jaquez Neal, the passer. He throws a jump ball to the Andrew Marshall, the Mustangs cornerback, for a touchdown. Jaquez Neal to Andrew Marshall. Well, this Mustangs team is pretty good from Eastvale. They commit 4 turnovers tonight and still put up a 40-burger on the road.
Did you say a 40 burger?
Burger. Oh, yeah, that's a Rich Eisenism.
Doesn't he call baseball games?
He runs 40-yard dashes. Yeah, that's what he does. You check that out every year? I love that stuff. Run, Rich, run. Could you beat Rich Eisen in a 40?
No, I can't beat anybody in the 40.
You can't? What?
No, because I have no knees.
I thought you said you could beat Nick at everything. You could beat him at table tennis. You could beat him at lacrosse. You could beat him at all those.
No, I just you and I, if we were to race, I would punch you so you couldn't run, and then I would be able to beat you. But now I can barely walk. Have you seen me? These legs aren't made for walking.
I thought you were just running cool.
Wow,
Walking cool.
I'm not walking cool. I'm walking because it hurts.
Walking hurt. Oh, man. So did you enjoy the game? I'll have another edition next week.
I love it.
All right,
I love
cool.
the game.
Cool.
See, I don't sweat when I forget names because I'm 50. It's a senior moment. Derek
Right.
Johnson really bugs me, and I couldn't get that one.
Derek Johnson.
But I did get the other ones correctly for the most part. But I knew Derek. Dang it! I hope he's not watching.
Oh, he's over there. Last I checked, Elizabeth City. He's no longer at RCC. They now, and shout out to the AD who was there for 1,000,000 years, and he retired. Drawing a blank on him.
There you go.
I'm going to get that very soon.
You have
Nico
seen your
Del
moment.
Valle's-
You're 26.
26. Where did I park my car again? We're going to get the answer to that real quick. Woodridge.
Jim Woolridge.
Or Woolridge.
Do
yeah,
you know where he was before RCC? Jim Woolridge. He was the basketball coach at UC Riverside.
Oh, was he?
Yep, and
That's why first time I saw him, he was, he gave me that big firm handshake, looked me in the eye, and I started crying. I was like, whoa, whoa.
Did you know he was also the basketball coach at Kansas State?
Kansas State? Man, that's a great football program. Basketball?
It was a good basketball program as well. His assistant coach was Dennis Cutts, who became the head coach after Jim Woolridge.
Dennis Cutts is pretty darn good. So, yep, Derek Johnson, 2015 for Notre Dame.
I want to see CIF championship.
And that's crazy. Dennis Brown won at North and at Poly. That's pretty impressive.
And his son, we'll see his son tomorrow night plays for Poly and for John Rice.
That's pretty cool. So he was saying during your coach's perspective, I want to coach him, but not be his position coach, head
Exactly.
coach. So King brings in a new quarterback into the game, Keon Gant, a junior. He overthrows Duffy Cooper on the outside. Wearing the pink shoes, pink socks.
And that's for what, Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
Yeah, so it's breast cancer awareness. You can see on the home stands, there's not just a little bit of pink. Everything's pink. Surprised people didn't paint their faces pink. Gant throws behind his intended target. Incomplete to Simley Flores. That brings up 4th and 4. There's a look at the
That's
pink.
a lot of pink.
Is that enough pink? I think it is. Pink balloons.
Look at the student section. Great crowds this season in Riverside.
Yeah, you saw that. Just no open seats anywhere. Man. Well, let's see if the punter can make another tackle here. On this 4th and 4. That last punt return led to a fumble by Chris Johnson. Juan Salas is the lone return man. And that punt soars out of bounds right around the 50. That's one of those tactics that I think teams should use a little bit more often. 2 returners back there.
I like that.
Because you have the opportunity for the returners to run into each other and hand the ball off to one another. That's something hard to defend. So the Mustangs are on its way to a huge win over King. Roosevelt next week will play the struggling Santiago Sharks, who just took a huge loss to Centennial tonight. So they come in 1-6 to that game. Roosevelt looks like a team that, outside of a disaster, they may end up just finishing 3rd in the Big 8 or top 3. Who knows how they'll fare when they play Norco.
I think that'll be a good game. I think Roosevelt, from what we've seen tonight, is going to hold their own. Maybe they could have a chance to maybe get Get an opportunity. Plus, they have Centennial next week, right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Santiago, then at Centennial, and home for Norco on a Thursday. So that'll be interesting. Meanwhile, King's final 3 games are home against Corona, at Norco, and home for the Santiago Sharks. Number 14, not Julian Viramontes, the backup quarterback's in the game for the Mustangs. 4 for 10 this year, 92 yards and a touchdown for Jacob Montoya, a 5'8", 155-pound sophomore, on 2nd and 9. 42-6, midway through the 4th quarter. Micah Gooden takes the call and gains about 2.
Ball is carried by number 13, Micah Gooden. He got right about 3 yards on the play, brings up 3rd and 6.
Clock is running.
Oh, yeah. King has a chance to rebound. The Corona Panthers come to town next weekend. Corona is 3-3 this year, 0-2 in the Big 8.
Head coach Ron Gehringer, who was at San Gorgonio until, I would say, 5 years ago, when they won a CIF championship against Norte Vista High School. Then they end up losing in the state regionals to Valley View. Dan Barledge and his son, who was the quarterback at RCC last 2 years ago when they won the national championship.
That's right. And Jacob Barledge took some snaps last week against College of the Canyons. So they're related, right? Are they? Same last name, Jacob Barledge? Maybe, maybe not.
Wasn't he the quarterback at RCC, Jacob Barledge?
Yeah, that was what I was saying. He took over Bud Burney last week.
No, that's
it's
Jacob. Jacob
Okay.
Barledge was the quarterback when we called the games, and
That's right.
2020 when they won the national championship.
That's why I recognize that name.
And now plays as the backup to the Heisman Trophy finalist, most likely out of Nevada. So Barledge will be the starting quarterback at the University of Nevada next year for the Wolfpack.
That is very cool. Middle screen incomplete. Speaking of these great programs, Ramona's now 7-0 this year.
That's my Rams. That's my alma mater.
Yep, they crushed Arlington. So we enjoyed that huge playoff run they had a couple years ago, and they beat one of my favorite team names, Sacred Heart of Mary. Whatever that is.
Mary Star of the Sea.
Star of the Sea?
Yeah, Mary Star. Mary Star of the Sea. That's a private school.
Yes. I'm mixing up who they played the week.
Our old friend from Riverside TV, David Gascon, is from Mary Star of the Sea.
David Gascon. So I'm sure we're going to be jostling the rankings at some point, but in the southern section, Ramona is according to Max Preps, ranked 102. So that would be top of Division 5 if we're going 25 in each division.
Well, I
right?
don't think we're going that. I had them on my. Let me pull out my sheet again.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Ramona, I mean, my goodness, they are crushing the league right now. They're outscoring their opponents by over 250 points this season. That's just how good they've been this year.
Ball's carried by number 33, Micah Gooden. Brought down by number 6, Des Polomalu.
As mentioned, the stop from Polomalu. Third and 15. Tomorrow, Pauline Canyon Springs are going to be right here on Riverside TV. Outcuts. Excellent catch off of the shoe tops. The tackle from Chase Shackelford, as that one's reeled in by Alex Rodriguez.
Ramona would be in D6.
D6. That's
D6.
right, because they play 16 teams per division, not
and they
25.
would be
Okay.
they would be a 14 seed and would play Charter Oak if we were going to
Charter
start. If we were going to play the playoffs today.
So we'll see how Ramona runs into the postseason.
And that what they'll do when they hit the playoffs is when they'll go highest seed to lowest seed, and they'll go like 1 through, say they go 1 through 16. So One would or two would play 14 or 15. One would get a bye most likely, and they would go, home games would be with the higher seed.
48-yard field goal for Logan South to put us on the Riverside TV map. Here is South. It's wobbling and is just short. Plenty of distance on that ball, which was twisting sideways.
Nearly took out our guy, Tim Glotterman.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see Ramona again. Ramona is at Novi next Friday, the 15th. So a week from tonight, we'll take a look at Ramona. And then 2 weeks after that, we'll look at their finale against Hillcrest.
Which could also be for a league championship in the River Valley League.
That would be very cool. So this should be the final play of the game. 42-6 Mustangs. Here's Gantz. He's looking. He's under pressure. Gantz still is on his feet, and the final play of the game, he loses the ball, jarred out of there by number 74, Sam McQuish. And Armando Sanchez, not Aquish, but Sanchez. Maybe we've got one more play left.
No, they're going to let this thing run out.
Let it go. All right.
So a victory for Roosevelt and Coach Tommy Leach with a great win here in the Big 8.
42-6, Mustangs, Norco Cougars, Centennial Huskies, all three 2-0 in the Big 8 League. Impressive victory for Roosevelt, led by offensively Jaquez Neal, defensively Chris Johnson. Mustangs got it done in all three phases in a 42-6 win. Really, I'm sure Tommy Leach will talk about the turnovers. There was a couple of them, but the Mustangs played very well tonight.
Played good football, and I tell you what, Norco's got to be looking at this thinking, hey, they could pose a problem. Until somebody knocks off Centennial, you got to talk about 2 through 7, right, or 2 through 8. And I think King, really, I still think they have a shot at making the playoffs. They just, they're a young team. They're going to get better and better and better, but they're playing a very, very big, athletic Roosevelt team. They just came up short tonight.
So we've got to hand out the Lou Groza Award, and I'll have 3 nominees. Dayton Ford, Des Polamalu, Elijah Simley Flores, that guy who made the interception in the end zone. Remember that? Who you picking?
Come on, man.
Dayton Ford.
Dayton Ford. There you go.
Okay, all right.
The Lou Groza Award.
Awesome. Well, we'll hand out another one of those tomorrow. Pauley Bears, Canyon Springs Cougars. Join us right here on Riverside TV as you'll be hearing the soothing voice of Jeff Gorham again tomorrow. Thank you for a great night here on our excellent Riverside TV crew for another presentation of the Riverside TV Game of the Week. Mustangs win it tonight, 42-6. Join us tomorrow, Pauley in Canyon Springs. Until then, I'm Nick Rice. So long from King High School in Riverside.